Hey guys, what's going on? So, I've never felt the need to airplane mode my phone, but I just did an 8-minute video about this, and my work decided to call me. So if I sound slightly annoyed, it's because I just finished like 8 minutes of this rant, however long this rant is, and now I have to do it again. Okay, so first off, obviously we're talking about reincarnation, which is the ability that they're introducing in 28.0. First off, I would like to say that I'm not going to be talking about Phoenix. So if somebody writes in the comments, what are your thoughts about Phoenix? I will let you know soon. And you'll also know that they didn't even get to this part of the video that they're asking that question immediately. And if you're also wondering when 28.0 will drop, the answer is soon. It will drop soon. And shout out to all of you that get that joke. So reincarnation, when it was first announced by the developers, it was announced as this is not level 16, 17, 18. This is a side project like Talents. Now, let me clarify that for you, and let me translate that to what they actually mean is what they actually mean is this is not a side project. This is level 16, 17, and 18, and not only that, it's much more difficult. And it feels very much like the developers going, yes, good, let the hate flow through you, because there's a lot to hate about this. And there's a lot to like about this. If you like maxing things out and making your max unit maxier, because that's what this is doing. It's making all of your max units even maxier. It's basically the gold hammers for heroes, legendary heroes that have gold hammers, using the gold hammer to make your maxed out max unit maxier, your max legendary hero maxier. Oh, and also that's also happening. Level 80 is now capping at level 100, probably because level 80 is such a random number. They were like, let's just round it up to 100. That makes more sense. But yeah, like when they introduced the gold hammers for heroes, that's just maxing out a maxed out thing to make it more maxy. And that's what this is. And it's at its base concept, I think it's good. But what you then have to do, I think that people are not going to like. Because if it was just these requirements, I think people would be pretty mad about it. But now that there are actually other secret requirements, I think people are going to be even more mad at the other thing. And we'll get to that, obviously. But here's the difference. The difference between a side project, which are talents, and that is a side project. And why I am very specifically calling this level 16, 17, 18, is there's two fundamental differences. One, you do not have to unlock talents at all. You could have a max Blade Dancer with no talents. It's obviously not recommended, but you could. You could max out, you could have all the orbs, all the copies, and max out your Blade Dancer 215, and you have a max Blade Dancer. And your side project is, oh, I need cores. I can upgrade my talents if I get cores and gold. Cores being something that is not something that you need to use to upgrade your Blade Dancer. Because once you get the required amount to get it to a max level 15, all you need to do is your side project, which are cores that you get in a different way. So you could, and if this were the same, if it was the same as this, because the way that this works is when you have a maxed out unit, so not only is it a level 15, not only does it have to have max talents, because yes, you cannot go into reincarnation unless your unit is a maxed out 15 with all of the talents. Then you can use these resources to upgrade it to reincarnation 1, then 2, then 3. You need all of these cards, all of these orbs, and another new bullshit currency, which is celestial shards. If if this was a side project like they were saying, you wouldn't need to do any of this at any point. If you could upgrade this, if this was a true side project, you could do this at level 15, or maybe they could have done it at 9, 13, and 15 because they are 3 separate talents. It's basically just more talents. You can look at this as just more talents. They could have done a reincarnation at 9, 13, and 15, and they could have made it only celestial shards. And yes, then it would be a side project, but it is not a side project. This is do not mistake this. This is level 16, 17, 18, because you need a maxed out unit. You need to max out all the talents, and then you need to spend all of this currency in order to get it to a reincarnation 1, 2, and 3 to unlock the reincarnation 1, 2, and 3 ability. But that's not all. Because if that was all, I think people would be kind of upset. People would be kind of upset because now you need, obviously, currency that not only do you need to farm in a different way, like cores, because celestial shards it's basically the same thing like cores. It's just a different kind of currency that you now need to farm. But not only do you need that, but you need card copies and orbs. Card copies and orbs that you should be using to upgrade your other cards. And now you need to use them now to upgrade this card. So yes, your maxed out unit that you want to be your main DPS unit, you now need to refarm all of those shards that you wanted from that deck. So let's say you have an event unit like a Treant, for example, whenever they do reincarnation for Treant. Now you need to refarm, what is this, 6, 10, 13 more copies of Treant. Maybe this looks good for like a Blade Dancer or a Cultist, a free to farm something. But now that it's specifically $10 per copy for a event unit, having to spend an additional $130 in order to now refarm an event unit that may still be an event unit is insanity. This is not, like, make no mistake, this is not a side project. This is level 16, 17, 18. Now, what are you getting from all of this? At base, if you reincarnate your unit, you are getting 3 abilities. So we're going to look at Cultist as the example. And essentially, if you reincarnate a Cultist to level 1, you're going to get this Sacrificial Flame ability. But you also, and here's the kicker that everybody's going to hate. You now need to also reincarnate another unit. And this is the thing that, like, when I said that if this were the only thing that you needed to do and you got a maxed out ability, just a new maxed out ability, that would be pretty upsetting to most people. The thing that's really gonna kick people is now you need to reincarnate a random unit. For the most part, it's just a random unit. And so for Sacrificial Flame, you can get it unlocked. So when you reincarnate your Cultist, you get this ability unlocked. And then when you get to level 2, you get this ability unlocked. It's Curse Flame. And then you get, when you get to the third one, you get Critical Transformation unlocked. And then you get a third ability. But oh, what's that third ability, you say? A 7th rank Cultist Harbinger deals 0% more critical damage. Sounds great, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound great? Now that you've reincarnated 3 times your Cultist? Doesn't that sound like an amazing ability? It deals 0% more critical damage? Is that a typo? No, it's not. It's not a typo. Because they need to give you a reason to upgrade and reincarnate a Harley Quinn. Because now you need to upgrade your Harley Quinn to 15, max out the talents, reincarnate it to 3, so that your Cultist can get the maximum version of this ability, which is 30% more critical damage. Because now you have a Cultist reincarnation 3, and a Harlequin Reincarnation 3. And now now it does something, because each ability will give it a little bit more, but it starts at 0. So even if you got all of the stuff to reincarnate your cultist to 3, you now need to upgrade and reincarnate a Harlequin that you may or may not even use for that deck to reincarnation 3 that card in order for your cultist to be better. And that's reincarnation in a nutshell. Most of the time, you're probably not even going to use these other cards within that deck. You're just now being forced to upgrade cards that you may or may not care about, like a Demonologist. Because if you want this Cursed Flame, the Sacrificial Flame becomes cursed and additionally increases the critical damage received by monsters by 10%. The effect of multiple flames does not stack. 10% doesn't sound like a lot, but if you reincarnate it to 3, it goes to 25%. It sounds much better, because it is. And this is going to be the new variance in terms of the end game. They're creating a new version of the end game. Like when you need to upgrade all of your equipment to legendary equipment. You need to upgrade your hero to level 100. You need to use the gold hammer so that you have the cooldown reduction. You need to upgrade all of your cards to max. Then you need to upgrade max level 15. Then you need to upgrade all the talents to max out your talents. But now you need to upgrade your cultist to reincarnation 3. But oh no, you don't need to just do that. You now need to upgrade a Dryad to reincarnation 3, and a Harlequin to reincarnation 3, and a Demonologist to reincarnation 3 in order for your cultist to have all of these max stats as well as each of your other things, that each of the other 4 cards in your deck that are obviously going to eventually have reincarnation 3 things so that they are also better. But then with each of those, you now need to upgrade three other things to reincarnation 3 so that those abilities on those other support cards can be better. like, this is insane. This is absolute insanity. If you've finished maxing out a deck, this is absolute madness. The variance that you are going to be facing across different people is gonna be crazy. And the amount of time required to obtain all of this for every unit, even if you were trying to just max out one deck, which is the smart thing, right? Just max out 5 cards, you're done. Game over, you're done. No, not game over anymore. Now in your cultist deck, max out a Dryad and max out a Harlequin and max out a Demonologist, and then reincarnate all 3 of those to reincarnation 3 in order for your main DPS to be better. Oh, and your Scrapper now has, you have to now Scrapper reincarnation 3 that, and then reincarnation 3 other things. Like, that's what this is. That's what this update is. And it's crazy. A lot of the time, the things that you're having to upgrade, they're not even important to your deck. Sometimes they are. Like Inquisitor, upgrade a Knight Statue. Yeah, I'll do that. That makes sense. Knight Statue I'm probably going to use in that deck. Also, upgrade a robot. Reincarnate 3 a robot. Also, reincarnate 3 a Minotaur. Max out a Minotaur, max out all the talents, and reincarnate 3 a Minotaur so that your Holy Ground can be better. And reincarnate 3 a robot so that your Divine Power can be better. This is crazy. Essentially, that's what this is. It is not a side project. It is definitely level 16, 17, and 18. And not only is it that, but you're also being forced to upgrade everything. There's a currently in the game, in the current version that you're playing, all you need to do is upgrade one deck, and that one deck, at the best that it can be, is the best that it can be, and there's no real reason for you to upgrade any other card. A lot of people were saying, like, all you need to do is just get to 2k crit and just never upgrade anything ever again. Just stay at 2k crit and you'll be fine. With this, if you want to make your singular deck better, you now need to upgrade at maximum 15 other cards, because each card will have 3 things that you need to reincarnate. I say at maximum because there's not enough overlap. There's not enough units where each unit needs another card. So sometimes, like, if you reincarnate a Dryad, for example, maybe something else will also have a Dryad as the thing. And then, like, there will be overlap. There's not that many cards to where every single unit can, pair with other things. Like, there's just simply not. Like, there will be overlap somewhere down the line, right? Or, because you maxed out a cultist, now your summoner is better because your summoner pairs with a cultist and you've already maxed out your cultist, right? And so there will be overlap. But what I'm saying is, they're forcing you to upgrade your cards. They're giving you a reason to forcibly force you to upgrade your cards. And the amount of variance at high level is going to be crazy. Because maybe you maxed out a Dryad, maybe you maxed out a Harlequin, but you definitely didn't max out a Demonologist. So the people that are running a cultist deck that decided to max out a Demonologist, they're going to be a little bit better than the other two, than if you only maxed out the Harlequin and the Dryad. But then also reincarnation is just a difficult thing to obtain because now you have to refarm cards and orbs, and you can't save those to upgrade other things, but you're also going to have to save those to upgrade other things as well. I feel like the goalpost of maxing out, of having max crit was very difficult. Max crit is 7,200 right now or something like that. The ability to reincarnate this amount and need this amount more, like, make no mistake, this is not a side project. If it was just Celestial Shards, this would be a side project. When people are factoring in how many orbs and how many copies do you need to max out a unit, this is now going to be a factor. And this is, what is this? 18 more orbs and 13 more copies. So whatever the total was before, add that to every single card. Because now that's what you need in order to max out all of your cards. But yeah, it is just what it is. So there's that. I'll catch you guys next video.